Hi, welcome to the video. A new big book video. Book video. Yes. Before I get started, things looks different. I am changing some stuff up. Don't mind me changing some stuff up. Yeah. And yes, I'm gonna shower today. Don't mind this. I just felt like I wanted to sit down with you guys and talk about some books. I just felt the vibe to do that. So that's what we're gonna do. So I have read in total 4 books. Oh well, 3 book and a half-ish. We will get to it. And this time I went with books that have purple covers. Books that have purple book covers. So, fun fact, I love an extra fun fact. I don't like the color purple. I'm sorry all purple lovers out there. Purple is just, it's not for me. I, as a kid, used to be obsessed with purple. I had purple clothes, purple pillows, purple walls, like everything was purple. And I think because of that, I just had a purple phase. After that phase was done, I was like, no purple anymore. I know, like, I have one item that of all the stuff I own that is purple. I like Jessica Jones, which is also purple. Anyways, but yeah, you won't see me with a lot of purple. That's the main point here. But I thought, why not read books with purple covers, because those books is probably something I avoid. Once again, I avoid everything that does with purple colors. Everything. So I read 4 books, 3.5 books, and we're gonna talk about them today. So grab your snack, grab your coffee, your drink, whatever you prefer, and let's talk about some books with purple book covers. Okay. So the first book I read was Juliet Takes a Breath. This is a novel, or like one book basically. It's about Juliet, the main character, and they are from the Bronx, from the New Yorks, you know, gotta take place in the US&A, and they are discovering themselves is what the book is about. Kind of like a coming of age story. And Juliet is trying to figure out their kind of sexuality, but also where do they belong in this world. Are very like being young and trying to figure out what the world is and what am I gonna do about it. And Juliet is a Latina, so perhaps people that are Latinas or identifies as Latinas might be more connected to this story, perhaps. Overall, I thought it was a great story and I enjoyed it a lot. I think we all can identify with being in our young age and try to figure ourselves out, and not only finding our sexuality but also understand what am I kind of thing. And I felt like that was like the main core of Juliet Takes a Breath. And how big the world is, you know, like you grow up with certain things and you are like, okay, this is what the world is, this is my rules. You grow up doing certain things in certain order, and then you kind of just assume that it's like that everywhere, but it's not. The world is so big. Really interesting book. And also talking about the Latina thing, it dwells with that too, like being Latina but really not feeling Latina kind of thing. They didn't grow up with certain things that makes a Latina. So it's quite interesting and existential, I guess, in a sense. But it's a very light book and it's like easy to read. It's not super heavy and it has a lot of like young talking stuff. So it's very vibey and it's cute. And Juliet just needs to take a breath, you know? Getting all this information and meeting all these new people, and then you're telling them that I identify as this, and then you get questions about that, and then you're kind of like, oh no, like you're being questioned by it, and the world is so much bigger than you realized, and there's stuff that you never got taught or knew about before. So I can highly recommend Juliet Takes a Breath. Great book. Awesome book. Good book to read when you're in your, 20s or something like that. Very nice book. The second book I read was Holding the Man. Holding the Man, that's it. This is also a novel. It's one book, pretty short, pretty slim, had a purple cover, as the famous is video. It takes place in Australia. I think it was Melbourne, if I remember correctly. And it was into these two male characters who forms a friendship, and then that friendship grows over time and becomes something much more. And it goes from them being young to adulthood and their kind of relationship. And this takes place in the, is it the 80s or something? 80s, 70s. So it deals with a lot of questions about certain diseases and all that stuff. I love this book. I love this book. I love this book. This is really tugging on your heartstrings for sure. It's a romance between two characters, and you follow them throughout life in the bad, the good, the ugly, all the stuff. I loved it so much. Apparently there's a movie of it. I have not watched the movie. It is such an emotional experience, and I just highly recommend it. And yeah, really interesting read. Holding the Man. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Definitely my jam, this book. With that said, sad book, but beautiful, stunning, beautiful written, and I can just recommend it so much. I can see how it got like a movie adaptation, because it's really good, in my opinion. And yeah, I don't have too much more to say about it, which is funny because I'm giving it all this praise. It's also like with Juliet Takes a Breath, it's about finding yourself kind of thing in the world. But with Juliet Takes a Breath, it's focused on that time, the young age. And this, Holding the Man, is from being young to getting adult. Like you're getting the whole story kind of thing, like the whole thing, which is awesome. So highly recommend Holding the Man. Beautiful. Yes. Okay, next book is Early Autumn. This is a crime thriller book, and it is just one book, but this author have written over 30 or 40 books that are kind of one-off cases each book, and you follow the same detective in all the books. This is the first book I have read of the series, so I don't know jack shit about the other ones, but I enjoyed this book. This was good. I liked it a lot. Though I have to say, this cover, I mean, taste is subjective, but what is this cover? What is this cover? Oh my god. I bet it was awesome when it came out. I think this book came out in the 80s or something. So I bet it was amazing then. But it has that 3D art thing to it. Kind of like how I have the Majora's Mask guide at home, and it says awesome 3D maps inside kind of thing. The cover, yeah. But don't judge the book by its cover, even if it's purple. Good book, enjoyable book. You follow this detective, or this, maybe it was a PI, private investigator person, through a case, and it's quite riveting. It's about a son or a child that has disappeared, basically. And there's a feud between the mother and the husband. It leans in the beginning of the book that the kid has been taken by the husband. That's how it starts. But it goes in a way different direction, and it's so funny to hear the perspective from the mother and then also the father or the dad, and then you get to hear the kid's story, the child, and it becomes something much larger and bigger than you think. It's not really that basic, and it's kind of wholesome and cute. Once again, this book was written in the 80s, so there's some certain things that are very 80s-ish, as you can see. But it was a really adorable story about this kid and this detective, and kind of how they actually bonded and accepted who they are, and delving into things that's not acceptable by the social norm in that time, and how the kid feels like they're stuck and really isn't happy with what's going on between the mother and the dad and that stuff. But I don't want to say too much, because I was surprised by it. And I did look up some reviews afterwards, or like some opinions, I guess, on the website, on the Goodreads and the Storygraph and all that. And it seems like this book is one of the better ones by this author. I hit gold without even knowing, you know? What? So Early Autumn, highly recommend it. Don't be discouraged or tricked by the cover, and also the title Early Autumn. Like, what is that? But I highly recommend it. And once again, I'm not really a crime thriller thing. Like, I'm not really into that so much. But this was really cute and wholesome, and it didn't go too dark. It's not like The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Like, this is like, it's a cute mystery. Of course, there's some little darkness in it, but it's nothing too bad. So, highly recommend. And on the back of the cover of this book, there was a dog on it. So, I think that's a win. Okay, the fourth book that I kind of read, A Fool and His Honey, that's the name of it. It was also in the crime thriller section. It had a purple cover, and it had this like little, what do you call that in English? This little mobile thing where, for the toddlers, where things are hanging, you know, and they're in their crib and there's cute things hanging, like but then it was cute things. It was like knives and like weapons and stuff hanging, and I'm like, whoa, that's hardcore. This book I kind of punched out. I didn't really follow it through, so I can't give it a good opinion. It deals with baby. It deals with Baba. And yeah, that's all I got to say. All these books were very light, like they weren't long reads. But for some reason, I just got punched out by this book. I couldn't get into it. Once again, it might be a me problem. It's not your book. It's about the timing and the place, you know? But I just couldn't get into it. Might be something I give it a go another time, you know? But yeah, I don't have too much to say about it. It was a baby, and there was a mystery. Did the child get taken, and they were searching for the child? You see, I don't remember. I got really punched out. I don't remember what's going on in this book. But if you guys enjoyed that book, awesome, awesome, awesome for you. Just me, I don't remember. But anyways, those were the 4 books I read. I think I read them like a week ago or more. So if I'm a bit extra vague in this video, that's why, because I don't remember too much more. But I want to say though, this was an awesome experience. Because once again, I avoid purple for the life of me. And I knew that I wouldn't read these books if it weren't that I forced myself to read books with purple covers. So that's why. Thank you for joining me and make it here to the end, or however you made it here. Applause for you! What kind of books have you guys read? Anything color themed? Purple, red, blue, yellow? Blue is the best color. Anyways, if you made it this far, please like the video and subscribe. It means a lot. Yeah, I'm in a process of moving and stuff, so videos might be here and there, as I told you in my other video. So be patient with me, rewatch my old stuff if you get bored. And I will see you guys in the next video. I do have some plans for reading some books. I just have to get to reading some books. So that's what's going on. But thank you. Keep having a great day. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye and take care.